Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Melissa, for those of you who don't know. And for today's video, I'm going to be doing a wear test on the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Foundation. So I already have this and I think I really like this, but an influencer did send this to me and I want to go ahead and put this to the test for you guys. So if you guys don't know, I have super oily skin. I'm super textured. But I have a little bit of a weird thing going on right now. I don't know if you guys could see, but right here I am red. I used the Peace Out pores strip on my nose, and then it does come with another one, and I put it right here. I don't know if maybe afterwards when it was sticky I rubbed too much and that irritated my chin, or if it just doesn't go on the chin. I'm not sure. I'm definitely going to dig and do some research. But it left my skin feeling super raw and super red and irritated. So now it's in that weird state of just being super dry. So I normally don't have this many dry patches on my skin. I'm actually really oily, but we're gonna see if this works for my super oily skin slash dry skin right here. So if you guys are interested, then definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that portion of the video, I just want to ask you guys to please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, so you could be part of the ATFB fam. ATFB, all things fashion and beauty, and hit the post notification bell so you can get notified of all my future uploads. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started, guys. Alright, so first things first, my holy grail is the NYX Bear With Me Primer Water. Really just going to let that sink into my skin. My skin definitely needs that hydration. So while that sinks into my skin, I'm going to go ahead and do my brows off camera. Alright guys, so brows are on and I feel so much better when my brows are done. Does anybody else feel that way? I feel like my life is just complete when I have my brows on. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to prime. So we're going to prime with one of my all-time favorites. I know I usually go in with my Kane and Austin, but this combination I'm going to show you guys is perfect. I love it. It's a Matchbox Oil and Shine Control Primer, but usually I do put this like all over, like on my chin and all over, but because I am really dry on my chin, we're gonna go ahead and skip the chin area. What we're gonna go ahead and do, we're gonna double prime. So I'm gonna go in with the Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer. I love this stuff. This is just a limited edition packaging, but it is the same exact product. So I'm just taking like a little bit of it at a time, and I'm first gonna work in my really bad pore areas. So right around my nose, then I take a little bit and I put it right on my nose and I bring that up. I don't put a lot, but I do put some in between my brows. I really just do it in pressing motion, and then I'm just going over those really dry areas. And I'm actually gonna let this sit for a while. So I want to actually tell you guys about this foundation. It is a non-cakey velvet matte finish foundation. It is oil-free formula, visibly reduces pores. It is waterproof, and it's available in 40 shades. You can get this on their website or Ulta or Sephora. You guys could see all of the different foundations. So they have a lot of different foundation shades, which is great. But yeah, I did receive this product complimentary of influencer to test this out for you guys. So I have it in the shade Y335. It doesn't look so dark. It might be a little dark, but as always, we will make it work. As always, I'm gonna apply half of my face with a brush and the other half of my face with a sponge. But first, what I wanna do is just color correct a little bit, just to help out those deep dark circles that I got going on. All right, so let's go ahead and try this out. So I think what I'm gonna do is just apply little dots to my face. We're going to do half of my face at a time because I don't want this to dry down too much. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use a sponge on this side. I'm just going to go ahead and pounce this in. Oh, I think this is a pretty good match. That is spreading out beautifully though. For my nose, I'm just trying to cover it. But that is spreading out, like look, it's even going over here. That's spreading out very nicely. It feels really light on the skin. So it doesn't seem super full coverage. Okay, so it doesn't seem super full coverage, but I also didn't really apply that much. So I'm definitely going to see if we can apply a little bit more, but the first layer did apply pretty nice. I feel like it's looking a little dry. Completely in love. So let's see. Let's add some dots on this side. Then I definitely do want to go ahead and build. All right, so we have dots on this side, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the It Heavenly Skin brush, and I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this in, doing little stippling slash dragging motions. I mean, it blends out beautifully. It blends out very fast, very even. It doesn't feel heavy on the skin, as I stated before. I think I like how it applies with a beauty blender better. I feel like it makes my pores look a little bit better. So I want to go ahead and just add some extra coverage, basically just all over. I'm not doing like too much, just like a second layer to see if we can get that super full coverage, because right now it is covering everything, but I just want a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and pounce. It is applying really nicely on top of the first layer, which is great because some foundations just don't apply nice on top of that first layer, but this is applying really nice, blending out super easy. Like, I feel like I'm not really dragging it, so it doesn't feel really dry on my skin. There we go. I feel like now this is like super full coverage. Yes! My skin does not feel tacky or like wet or anything. It literally just feels like my skin. So I really like that. I definitely do have to set it down. And that is just because I'm oily, so I always have to set, but it looks really good. I mean, pores look really good. It's not sticking to those dry patches, and it's not accentuating those dry patches, which I was really nervous about because this is a matte foundation. What I'm going to go ahead and do is just apply some concealer on my face. So let me go ahead and just powder Really Beauty powder. I love this stuff. Literally like a filter on your skin. It is so good. All right, guys, so I am nicely powdered, and let me just tell you guys my first impressions, although not really a first impressions because I have used this before, but you know, first impressions for this portion of the video. So I feel like my pores look pretty good. Again, it's not sticking to those dry areas. Not the dry areas on my nose. It looks pretty good. The 2 layers is definitely needed for like a complete full coverage, but it looks pretty good. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is finish off the rest of my makeup look, film a video, and I will be right back, guys. Hey guys, so I am back. It is now 12:53. I just finished filming this makeup look. So basically, I use a Lawless Bronzer Rodeo Drive highlighter. I used Buxom blush. I used It Superhero liner, ColourPop mascara, ColourPop liner in Honeydew. I used ColourPop lip liner in Little One, liquid lipstick in Sunny Shade, and Nude Mood palette from ColourPop. So yeah, that's everything that I put on my face. Oh, and the Maybelline Brow Fast Sculpt Gel Mascara. But that is everything that I put on my face, and I did set my face with the Slick setting spray. So I feel like let me go ahead and see what time I finished this. It was, check-in time was 12 o'clock. So let me go ahead and just look at my makeup one last time to give you my first impressions after my makeup kind of settled into my skin, warmed into my skin. I feel like after the first like 20 minutes or so, I can really see how the foundation is, and I can really get that first impression of if I'm really gonna like it or not. And I can also see how everything else layered on top of it, which is super important to me because I use a lot of powders, sprays, everything. I want to see how it looks, you know? So I feel like it looks pretty good. Pores look good. Chin area not sticking to those dry patches. Nose looks good. Yeah, everything looks really good. It feels really soft on my skin. It kind of just feels like my skin. It just like better. Like it feels like my skin feels smooth. Pores look good. It just applied like a really even complexion, like an even look to my skin. So I feel like it feels like my skin is just, it looks better than my skin, you know what I'm saying? So far so good. I definitely give it 2 thumbs up thus far, but as y'all know, I will definitely be back to give you more of an impression as the day goes on and I can wear this. So I will be back for you guys in a sec, for me a few hours. Hey guys, so it is now 5:29. So I've had this foundation on since noon and I was going to do a check-in earlier, but I fell asleep. And then after I fell asleep, I woke up and I was like, ooh, okay, we have to bring Turbo to the vet. So literally I did nothing. I had plans to edit and all that stuff, but instead I ate lunch, got full, and napped. So it was that kind of a Saturday, but lip color did come off, but that is expected. Today we're focusing on the face. It came off a lot on my nose. Right here, I was blowing my nose. I don't know, allergies, cold, I have no idea, but it did come off on my nose. A lot of foundations lately have been doing that. Allergies, I don't know, but it's literally, you could see just like a line, like, oop, foundation is off. I need to learn how to fix that. I've tried baking everything and it doesn't work, but that's a different story. And it's still not sticking to my dry patches. I feel like it did come off a little bit on my chin too, probably because I was sleeping and like moving around and stuff. Everywhere else, like it still looks pretty good. Let me look in the regular mirror, not really up close. So the only really noticeable difference I could see is definitely my nose. I'll show you guys in a sec. And then my chin, it definitely did come off a little bit. And it's not really sticking to the dry patches per se, but you could see the dry patches. Yeah, I could blend that out a little bit to make it appear not as harsh. It definitely did. I feel like my nose area is just messed up right now. Other than that, it still looks really good. I'm not oily, especially on my forehead, and I'm not even like getting like cracky around my dry area, which is here, which is what I was worried about because I was so dry, or I am so dry here. So yeah, I feel like everywhere else, like it still looks really good. I feel like I still really like it thus far. I feel like it looks really good. I like the color, it didn't oxidize. So again, it has only been like 5.5 hours of wear. I'm definitely going to do one last check-in probably around 8 o'clock or so to give you guys my final thoughts and impressions on this, because thus far it's doing pretty good. I will check in with you guys in a few hours and just give you guys my final thoughts and impressions, but so far still looking pretty good. Hey guys, so it is now 8:38 and I'm gonna do my final check-in. So I didn't do as many check-ins as I normally do today, which is a very busy day. So I want to get started and just talk about this foundation. So I feel like the foundation looks really good. My skin looks good. I don't look oily. I mean, it's been 8.5 hours of wear. I put this foundation on at 12 o'clock. I feel like I'm not oily. Like I don't feel sticky. I don't look shiny. It just looks really good. But I do have 2 complaints. One, it came off all the way on my nose, even more than before. So I feel like if you are somebody like me, and like I have foundations that do that obviously because you are blowing your nose, but some do it a little bit more gracefully than this one. I feel like this one you could really see the harsh line even if I blend it, and then it just looks really dry. So I know I do have some dry patches on my nose, so if you are dry, this is not going to be the foundation for you. If you have dry patches, this is not going to be the foundation for you, because you could see on my chin now, those dry patches look even more prominent than when I first started. So if you have any sort of dry patches, you're not gonna like this. It's really going to cling to those patches. But I also found that when I was sleeping and like I had my blanket, it didn't come off on the blanket, so that's good. So it's not going to come off on like clothes if you hug somebody, which is like amazing. But if you are blowing your nose, it is going to come off. Obviously, it's just a little less graceful than some of my other foundations. I think because it is so matte and it really does stay put on your face, and when you do blow your nose, it kind of comes off pretty bad. So I mean, I can't really hold that against it, but I feel like it's just clinging to those dry patches a little bit too much. So I normally don't have any dry patches on my skin because I'm normally so oily. I just did have that little mishaps. The rest of my face, like if you take away like this area right here, my face looks bomb. It looks so good. I love the application. My makeup stayed in place like all day. Like my blush is still there, bronzer still there. I have a little bit of highlight going on. Like I feel like it looks really, really good. It looks really, really pretty. So I definitely give this 2 thumbs up. I really do like this foundation. I like how it wears. Overall, I really do like this. So I am definitely going to be using this again. I definitely do need to self-tan a little bit to make it match me a little bit better. But overall, I really, really do like this foundation, and I'm gonna be reaching for it. So let me know if you guys have tried this. Let me know if you guys have dry skin. Have you tried this? What do you do? Because this dry area that I have going on, I can't wear this foundation until this dry area is gone. Other than that, really, really do like this. If you're oily, you're going to love this. If you have combination skin, as long as you don't have dry patches, I feel like you're gonna like this. But yeah, that is it. Again, let me know your thoughts and opinions if you guys have tried this. I definitely want to hear that. But that's all, guys. I hope that you did enjoy this video. Please give this video a thumbs up if you did like it. Also, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, so you could be part of the ATFB fam. ATFB, all things fashion and beauty. And if you hit that post notification bell, you can get notified of all my future uploads. I usually do upload every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 3 p.m. EST. I just want to say I love every single one of you, and I thank every single one of you so, so much. Thank you so much for the constant support and love. I really do love you guys. So thank you, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.